When addressing audiences, you're the speaker and you're addressing hundreds of people, do you ever get nervous?
What do you think? I get incredibly nervous.
Do you?
Very, very nervous, and it doesn't seem to go away with the years and with the experience.
That's a good thing though, no?
Yes, I think it's a good thing, and I want to mention it because I want other people to know that that the nerves are a natural part of even somebody who appears potentially confident in speaking. I see a lot of famous people even sometimes shaking under a table with hands shaking. I think public speaking is apparently one of the biggest fears amongst people. But the reason why I think it's important just to be honest about this is that I read a fantastic book by a woman called Sharon Jaffe who says, feel the fear and do it anyway. And that's what I want to say to anyone else who's also scared of public speaking is, feel that fear, but don't let it stop you.
It must have been a very proud moment for you and your family in being awarded TrainE-TraidE's Business Person of the Year.
Yes, it was incredibly proud. I would say actually of the top 5 moments of my life, including my wedding and the birth of my children, this is definitely up there because it's a form of acknowledgement and recognition. And I've always been the kind of person that's just worked really hard, but I haven't sought out the limelight. And I haven't been able to successfully do self-promotion. I feel quite uncomfortable with it, to say, look at me, I'm so great. So, you know, for nearly 20 years I've kind of been working below the radar, and it's just wonderful that, you know, if you do that good things can happen, and somewhere someone sees what you're doing and brings that to the attention and recognizes that. So it's really, really meaningful and special to me.
And TrainE-TraidE are a wonderful organisation, aren't they?
They are, and in fact I got introduced to them through being invited to speak at their women's conference. So I think what's fantastic is the logical result that I spoke at a women's conference and I hope to inspire and support women in business, and now I'm being acknowledged also as a woman, and I think that we are definitely underrepresented in the business world, but that makes a lot of sense. Women are at home, they're looking after the kids, that is a whole job in itself. And what's great is that at the moment that business is becoming more flexible, and that's also because of technology. And it's that flexibility that is the secret and is the key why women are being able to succeed now more than ever. Because you've got remote working, you've got Skype and FaceTime video calls, you've got tools like LinkedIn that help you to connect to other people and get business, you've got other social media sites like People Per Hour and Rated People where you can quickly get your own website designed or your logo done. That's how I got my own designer. So, I mean, I happen to work in the area of digital marketing, but it's digital that I feel is the reason why women now more than ever can successfully try and balance working and being moms at the same time.
When you first started up, Sharon, I believe 5 years before e-commerce commenced, you predicted that people would be buying their airline tickets online. What do you think is going to be happening in the next 5 years?
That's a very good question. Actually, I wanted to write something about that because a couple of people like to joke that I'm a kind of a clairvoyant because a lot of what I say comes true. But I actually am willing to write down a couple of my predictions. One of the predictions I think is that there will definitely be screens everywhere, and there will be connectivity everywhere. So in your car, on your fridge, in your home, everywhere will have a screen. And that doesn't just mean that we're going to be online all the time. What it's going to mean is that you're going to be able to have what we call seamless experiences. Right. So if I book a restaurant online at home, when I get in the car, the address of that restaurant is going to be preloaded up in my car. I'm not going to have to re-enter it in a very, basic form of sat-nav. All your preferences will be remembered, your shopping will be remembered, and wherever you go, you'll be able to connect and tap into that.
Mm. Is this technology going to be good for us, Sharon? You know, people say that technology is supposed to have saved us time, less stress, we've got more time for our hobbies and our family, but it's not the case, is it? Or
No.
is it?
No, I think it's a very good point. I think that people have, the technology has tapped into a lot of psychological aspects that I don't think have been fully explored.
My researchers found a quote from you in the archives. I don't know if this is right, Sharon, but perhaps if I can put it to you.
Yeah.
You once said that Silicon Valley is one of the best places for startups. Do you think Israel is now paving the way to become one of those best places too?
I think Israel has always been a technology powerhouse. I mean, I was on Ulpan there when I was 16, so that's many years ago. And I even remember going on a tour of a place called Tefen, where there was a lot of innovation and technology. Israelis and Israel has always been good at that. I think that I've heard London also mentioned as a new Silicon Valley, but I think it's up to Israel also to market itself as such, and to attract startups and entrepreneurs. Having said that, in the area that I'm in with online media and digital, there are a lot of Israeli companies around. So for sure, I think that Israel is a strong player in that area. I think that you know, within the first year, getting such a amazing portfolio of clients is a highlight. From originally my old employer, Microsoft, I had a 6-month contract in my first year with Condé Nast. So I worked at Vogue House in Hanover Square, which was phenomenal. Then working with the likes of BBC, Visa International, Hyundai, Skype was amazing clients. So the client portfolios is a definite highlight to say, you know, from one day to the next, it's going to be me and my computer. And to look back and see that, then that's fantastic. And then, of course, the key highlight being winning this award.
Yes.
Is a major highlight, not just...
Your company is a blend of training, consulting and training. And speaking. Yeah. Which one do you prefer?
That's a good question. I think that they're all interlinked, and I enjoy all of them. I think if you had to tell me from one day to the next that I would just do one, that I probably wouldn't enjoy that. That's why I also enjoy being a mom and having a business. I like a mixture. They all are connected. When you're training, you're speaking, but you're also trying to teach. I think when you consult, you're trying to solve business problems. What I've done is I've married the two, the training and the consulting, because often when you're trained, you go back to your jobs and you still can't do anything differently, even though you've attended a course. Conversely, when a consultant comes in and tells you when you should fix something, how you should fix it, you leave, but you're not quite sure how to do it. So when you have some consultancy and some training, I think the two equip you as a business to take things further. So what I like to do in my training courses is do some consultation. So I ask my clients beforehand to bring actual problems to me.
Case studies.
Yeah, but live issues they're dealing with clients. So we tackle those there and then. Of course, I'm going to show some case studies from other companies, and I do that. But you know, the best way to show how it's going to work is to leave a company with a solution. But I think that the key is to stop seeing sales as a product pushing job, but rather a problem solving job, and you'll start to see the sales happen naturally. To not talk about your product features. Yeah, it's very big, it's very effective, it's the fastest, it's the easiest, it's the smoothest, whatever you say, I'm the top trainer, but to rather translate that into benefits for somebody else's business. So for example, you would say, I do digital marketing training, so that's a product feature, but the benefit to you is that your staff will be much more empowered in order to integrate social media into your business and therefore generate more revenue. So that's that translation step, I think, is critical in order to be effective at sales.
I think that's a very, very inspirational way to end this interview. And Sharon Jaffe, thank you ever so much for joining Jewish Online Magazine. And once again, congratulations on your award of Business Person of the Year from TrainE-TraidE.
Thank you very much, David.